Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you today about a conversation I had with a friend of mine yesterday. And I was talking about going back to work, and I said, there's a part of me that feels like I should go back because I've spent so much time getting to where I am as a pilot, and airline jobs aren't easy to come by, and it takes a long time to build up your seniority. I said, and then there's like the little kid part of me that just wants to stomp his feet and her feet and go, no, I don't want to go back. That's not something I want to do anymore. And he said, well, I guess you've made your decision from what you just said, meaning that I should follow the adult line of thinking instead of the kid line of thinking. And I really spent a lot of time thinking about this last night. Like, wow, what if that's the opposite? Like, what if everything's the opposite of what it appears to be? What if we actually followed those whims that we would choose as a child? Because think about it, when you're a child, do you ever second guess what you choose to do? Or do you ever, like, you want to do something and you just go do it? You don't think about what's going to happen if you choose it, what's going to happen if you don't choose it, what's your great Aunt Sally going to think if you choose it, how's it going to affect your whole family if you choose it. You just go choose it. And once we get to be adults, we start to think of that line of thinking as selfish or irresponsible, or like all these other words that we could put on it that don't necessarily have a great connotation. And I just wonder, like, if we started choosing things like we did when we were kids, what might that change in our lives? And I've been doing this interesting thing lately where I set myself up in a situation where I can't win. If I spend the day with my kids, I wish I had spent the day on my business. If I spent the day on my business, I wish I had spent the day with my kids. And I just keep setting it up so that I'm not happy no matter what I choose. And yesterday, as well as today, as you can see, I'm floating around in a raft in my pond. Yesterday I had all this stuff that I should be doing. I had the babysitter over, and what I really wanted to do was come out on the raft in my pond. And even as I'm floating around on the raft, I'm thinking, oh, I should be doing my business. I can't believe I'm paying her money to be here so that I can go out and float around in the pond. But like, if I look back to what would I have chosen as a kid, that's exactly what I would have chosen, is to go out on the pond. And I'm about to come ashore here. And so, like, I chose that, and then I went back inside, and I was much happier than I would have been if I had made myself do my business, or if I had stayed in with the kids, screaming and my nerves being shot and everything. And just 30 minutes out in the pond, sorry, I don't want to run into these bushes. 30 minutes out in the pond made such a difference. And yes, I was paying the babysitter to be there, and yes, if I rationalized it, I could have made better use of my time. But what if the better use of your time is to take care of you and do what really makes you happy? And what would that change in your life? So I know that's kind of a long rambling way of saying, letting you know the aha I just had, but like, what if we started choosing like we chose when we were kids and didn't get into all the head tripping about what's going to happen if I do this, what's going to happen if I don't do this? Like, just follow the energy of what feels fun. And that's finally what got me out of my my second guessing everything I did or wishing I had done something else, was just to look at what I was getting ready to do and say, is this fun? What would be fun for me to do in this very moment? And again, I can feel the energy of people saying like, oh, well, that's irresponsible and you just can't live life like that. Well, what if you could? And what if even for one day you could change it? I wonder what your life would look like. And I'm going to try it out and see what mine looks like. If you'd like to follow me some more or make sure you don't miss any of my videos, make sure that you find me on my YouTube channel, or the website is beingkimcooper.com. I'll talk to you soon.